Can I do a Mike Tyson push-up? Greetings everyone and welcome to the guild where I teach you how to be your best nerdy self. So I do a lot of training both on and off the channel, and I'd like to consider myself pretty strong. But every once in a while I come across one of those exercises that just really makes me wonder if that statement is true. Thus, I found the Mike Tyson push-up. Now, you might be asking yourself, what even is a Mike Tyson push-up? Well, obviously, the correct answer is that one of the best-known boxers in history was such a bad dude that he had to create his own push-up because normal push-ups just weren't good enough for him. And if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. Now, I wasn't able to find any information before making this video about whether or not Mike Tyson was the actual inventor of this push-up. Like, it would be really cool if he just kind of came up with it one day, but I wasn't able to find anything specific. So if you happen to know, or you know somebody who does, please leave a comment down in the comment section so that we can all get a little bit smarter today. What I do know is that the name is synonymous with Mike Tyson, and most people will at least credit his name as the inventor of the push-up. So after seeing it, I had to ask myself, do I have what it takes? But first, I'd like to talk about what's being taken from you. See what I did there? Are you tired of dastardly rogues lurking in the giant spider's web of the internet, stealing your personal information and selling it to the king, or worse, the black market? I'm talking, of course, about data brokers. Data brokers take your personal information and sell it to the highest bidder. But with the company that is totally not the sponsor of today's video, that can be a thing of the past. I'm talking, of course, about Delete Me. Now, Delete Me is an online subscription service that helps you fight back against these data brokers by submitting opt-out requests on your behalf, which the data brokers legally have to listen to. So, with Delete Me, the days of online rogues stealing your information will become a thing of the past. All you do is give them a little bit of information, and Delete Me does the rest. They'll go to these data brokers, submit opt-out requests, and even show you which sites were selling your information and what information they had. And they'll continue doing this for up to a year after you stop using Delete Me. So I don't have a promo code or anything because they're not sponsoring this video yet. But I'll go ahead and leave that down in the comment section below. Now, back to the action. I need to know if I can do a Mike Tyson push-up. But how do we even do a Mike Tyson push-up? And that's a good question. So you're gonna start with your feet up against a wall, or in my case, a stump. And you're gonna go out into a push-up position. Now, the wall and the stump really isn't important, but it helps keep you from like pivoting back on your feet really far, which is not what you want. You wanna make sure that your feet are pointed at a 90-degree angle and that your legs stay 90 degrees with that. Then, you go down into the push-up position. And instead of pushing straight up, we're almost gonna push backward, like we're going down into downward dog, but we're gonna keep our knees bent at a 90-degree angle. It's sort of a pseudo mix between a pike push-up and a dive bomber. And we're really gonna make sure that we tuck the head in between those shoulder blades. This is really gonna help engage our shoulders with this workout, which is one of the things I think Tyson was trying to do. Then, when we're coming back out of it, we're just gonna come straight back into push-up position. Should be really simple. However, I've never done it before. And this video is the first time I'd ever done a Mike Tyson push-up. I actually waited from learning about the Mike Tyson push-up until filming this to actually do it. So I needed to know for myself if I could actually do this push-up. But I wasn't just gonna do one push-up. No, I was aiming for 10. And let me tell you, it was a tough one. As someone who has a foundation in martial arts and has done a lot of different exercises, including the pike push-up, the dive bomber or tiger press, and I tried the Hindu push-up, but it was a little not really my style. somebody who's done a lot of these exercises, the Mike Tyson push-up was actually a really difficult push-up. So, without further ado, let's see if I can do 10 Mike Tyson push-ups. Starting with my feet squarely up against the stump, I made sure that I was in a nice plank formation like I was about to do a normal push-up. And then, I did it. Now that was difficult. It was actually a lot harder to do than just like a normal dive bomber, but it wasn't quite as hard as like a pike push-up. I would actually give this a perfect like in between a dive bomber and a pike push-up. Not to mention, I'm basically getting both movements out of one exercise, and that to me is wonderful. If I can activate all of my muscles with less work, I'm all for that. A little less time in the gym gives me a little more time to train with the sword. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being an incline push-up and 10 being like a planche push-up or a Lane push-up, I would actually probably give this about a 7. It was pretty difficult, but I wouldn't call it impossible. It's definitely not a beginner's exercise, and I would definitely recommend that you've done other workouts before you go ahead and just try to jump into doing 3 sets of 10 of these. Work your way up, but they are a fantastic workout for not only building your chest and triceps, but as well as your shoulders. And it helps with core stability as well. You would be surprised the amount of core strength you'd have to keep your feet on the ground like that with your knees level to the dirt. So that answers the question as to whether or not I can do a Mike Tyson push-up. If you liked this video, please go 12 rounds with the like button and make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss the next episode. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can go over to our Ko-fi and you can donate or become a monthly member. If you don't want to do any of that, you can also buy the Lions Guild Writ of Membership and become an official member of the Lions Guild. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you around the guild.